All right, let's get into this, because it's pretty exciting. It was only about a month ago that Google released this awesome open source tool called Gemini CLI. And it was cool, right? It put their super powerful Gemini 1.5 Pro model right in your terminal. But now, with version 2.0, things have gotten a massive upgrade. We're talking about a tool that's evolving from a simple assistant into, well, a genuine coding teammate.
I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. What if your command line wasn't just this place where you type commands and hope for the best? What if it was a truly collaborative space? A place where an AI could actually strategize with you, break down complex problems, and then build the solution right there alongside you. That's the future we're stepping into.
So just to make sure we're all on the same page, what is Gemini CLI? At its core, it's a totally free, open-source AI agent that lives right in your terminal, and it's running on Google's latest and greatest, the Gemini 1.5 Pro model. That means it has this ridiculously huge 1 million token context window to work with, which gives it an incredible foundation.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting with 2.0. The first big new feature moves way beyond just raw power. This is about intelligence, it's about strategy. Let's talk about what they're calling plan-driven development.
This is the new workflow, and honestly, I love this analogy. In what they call planning mode, the AI basically puts on its architect hat. You give it a high-level task, and instead of just jumping in and writing code, it drafts a detailed, step-by-step blueprint for you. Then, and this is the key, once you look at that plan and say, yep, that looks good, it switches hats. It goes into implementation mode. And now it's the builder, methodically carrying out the exact plan you both agreed on.
The whole process is just so clean and logical, right? You define the what, the AI figures out the how, you give it a green light, and then it does the work. It puts you firmly in the driver's seat, making sure the AI is building exactly what you want, but without you having to sweat every single line of code yourself.
So you might be asking, why is this such a big deal? Well, for starters, you can save these entire workflows, the plan, the implementation, everything, as reusable custom commands in simple TOML files. This makes your interactions with the AI incredibly fast and efficient. You're not starting from scratch every time. Over time, you're going to build up this whole library of your own custom solutions, all neatly organized. It just makes everything cleaner and way more scalable.
Now, let's move on to the next major update, because this builds on that planning power by bringing it directly into the place most of us live all day, our IDE. We are talking about some seriously seamless VS Code integration. So what does this mean in practice? Well, you get native support for VS Code, of course, but also for other popular editors like Cursor. You can run Gemini CLI right there in the integrated terminal, and this is huge. You can review all its suggested code changes using the native diffing tool you already know and love. No more switching windows or copy-pasting. It's all right there.
Now, that last point on the slide, context-aware suggestions. That's a phrase we hear thrown around a lot with AI tools. But what does it actually mean in this case? What does it do for you? It means the AI basically has situational awareness. It's not just taking your prompt in a vacuum. It is actively looking at the files you have open in your workspace. It sees the specific chunk of code you've highlighted, and it uses all of that information, that context, to give you suggestions that are unbelievably relevant to what you're doing in that exact moment. This is a massive leap forward in terms of actual usefulness.
Okay, so we've seen it as a planner. We've seen it as an integrated assistant in our IDE. But this next feature, this takes it to a whole other level. Let's talk about automating your GitHub workflow, because this is where Gemini CLI stops feeling like a tool and starts feeling like a true autonomous teammate.
I think this quote from the developers really just says it all. The whole goal here is to create an autonomous agent that you can literally delegate work to, freeing you up from all those routine, time-consuming tasks that can really slow a project down.
And this agent can wear a few different hats in your workflow. As a triage agent, it can automatically sift through new issues, categorize them, and get them organized. As a code reviewer, it can look at pull requests and offer smart suggestions to speed up that whole process. And my personal favorite, as an on-demand collaborator, you can literally just tag the agent in a GitHub issue and say, hey, can you fix this bug? It's wild.
And that's why this matters so much. This represents a fundamental shift in how we think about these tools. The AI isn't just there to make you personally type faster.
It's becoming an automated team member that works right alongside you, handling the grunt work so you and your human colleagues can focus on the big, creative, architectural problems.
So you're probably wondering, how is all of this innovation happening so incredibly fast? Well, it's not just a small team at Google. The real engine behind all this is a passionate, vibrant community. Because Gemini CLI is open source, developers from all over the world are jumping in and contributing. We're seeing new pull requests with bug fixes, brand new features, and all sorts of enhancements being reviewed and merged on a weekly, sometimes even a daily basis. This is the power of open source firing on all cylinders. And this slide just gives you a little taste of that incredible pace. I mean, just in the past few weeks, the community has added things like automatic loop detection for safety, full Docker support, which is huge, dedicated editor modes for all you Vim and Emacs users, and just tons of other fixes to make the tool more stable and easier to use. It is literally getting better every single week.
So, let's wrap this all up. What are the key takeaways here? Well, with Gemini CLI 2.0, you're getting a strategic partner, thanks to those plan and implement modes. It's seamlessly integrated right into your workflow with VS Code support. It's becoming a truly automated teammate on GitHub. And all of this incredible momentum is being driven by the open source community.
And that really leaves us with this final, really important question to chew on. As these AI tools continue to evolve, as they go from being simple assistants to autonomous teammates that can plan and code and collaborate, what does that mean for us? How does our role as human developers evolve with them? What becomes the most valuable thing we bring to the table? It's a massive question, and honestly, it's one we're all going to be answering together very, very soon.